Billy Bleach DipWCF. I'm based in Norfolk.
You know, the very essence of the mental game is this. The only reason an event matters is because we make it matter.
Welcome to the Mullins Farrier podcast.
I had a soccer coach, and he always said, we are going to be the fittest team always out there. Because in the moment, you don't want to be worried about being tired. You want to be focused on the soccer game.
Right.
Which is what's going to translate for me, hopefully, in the CJF, is that I'm not worried about being tired. I can focus on the task at hand.
And granted, you use like, get your specimens made. 3 months before you take your exam, get all your AW specimens made. It's good to have other people putting that pressure on you as well. Sometimes if it's a single journey, and you've not got mentors that are coaching you, helping you, you kind of rest a little bit.
If you're hearing this, you are currently on the non-subscriber feed. If you would like to hear this episode in its entirety, please subscribe using the link below. If you're a student, apprentice, or just find yourself in a situation where it isn't financially feasible to subscribe, please reach out to me on Facebook or through the website. The good folks at Out West Design and Fabrication are lending their support by helping us to cover your scholarship subscription. You can check out many of their incredible projects on their Facebook page. Out West Design and Fabrication, your choice for Farrier rakes. Now here's a sample of this week's episode. Thank you for listening.
Most people that I know in this industry only want the best for the other people in the industry, which is a pretty cool thing.
Welcome everyone. A little shopkeeping before we start. At the end of this week, Farriers Depot in Ocala, Florida is hosting an open house / expo at their new location. There will be a bunch of live demos and raffle prizes throughout the day, and admission is free. To get more information, call the store at 352-840-0106. And now for today's episode. This episode comes from my last visit to England for Focus and the International. Unfortunately, my equipment was plagued with technical difficulties throughout the several days of interviews. Many of these difficulties I did not discover until I got home and started editing. I always pride myself on the audio quality of the episodes, and admittedly, this one falls short of my usual standard. But Billy's story is a unique one, and he had a lot of insightful things to say about the heavy horse shoeing niche he has carved out for himself, and farriery in general. After lots of editing and audio tweaking on my part, my hope is that you can understand Billy's words of wisdom and hear his passion for the traditions of our trade. I hope you enjoy the conversation as much as I did.
All right, and we're here at Focus. I just met you this morning, and I hear you have one of those unusual passions for farriers. Some of them complain about it, but you willingly shoe the heavies.
I very much enjoy shoeing the heavies. I've got 85 to 95 heavies on my books, Dyers and Clydes. I've got one Patron, and I've got a couple of Clydes.
Okay. And you said all the shoes that you do put on, you said about 40% are in shoes?
Yeah, 40% of the horses that I do are handmades.
Okay.
Yeah, so I make all my shy shoes, heavy shoes, based on what the horse needs and is required of me to do.
Right.
For showing, driving, remedial. I don't use any factory or made shoes like that.
Right. Now, we were discussing it this morning, but didn't get too in-depth with it. What are some of the fallbacks that you have with the machine-made shoes on a draft horse? Where do they fall short?
What I find is that as farriers, we were taught to make shoes for horses because that is what the horse would need. Looking at any individual job that you would do. So with the factory shoes, because they're, and this is no disrespect to the factory shoe, it is a way out, but they're stamped in a way that doesn't require or request to the horse's pitch being one. Mm-hmm. So now with a heavy, they are quite a big horse, very big, thick hoof wall, and if you don't fit that toe and come out to the quarters like you would for a large horse like that, your toenails are never going to be in the right position. Your middle nail's never going to be alright, so your heel nail's never going to be. You're cutting the quarters to fit the shoe to the foot. So with a handmade, obviously you can put as much pitch on there as you want.
Right.
So that's where you're winning, because they are quite a heavy, slopey foot.
Right. Yeah.
So to get your nails into a high, strong position is the main factor. So that's why I choose to make my own shoes for the horses.
Right. And what got you into shoeing draft horses in the first place?
When I was younger, I was 15 and I worked at a country park. It was a big film park and they had the shires there. Never knew what a farrier was. My boss at the time said the farrier's coming in, you need to get the horses in, get the legs clean and picked out ready for the farrier. And I thought, what's farrier? And she said, well, he's coming in to change their shoes. So I saw the farrier shoot the horses and fell in love with it.
Oh, yeah.
So it started with shires.
Okay.
I shoot everything. I shoot Shetland to Shire. I think where I would differ is that I love making shoes for horses' speed. So you give me a Shetland, I'll make a shoe for it. You give me a Shire, I'll make a shoe for it. If you give me a Happy Hacker, I'll make a shoe for it. I think the love is in the shoe making,
Right.
not the actual shoe in itself.
Yep.
Everyone loves what they love, and I think the heavy horses is just an old school thing that I've enjoyed doing it since I qualified.
Yeah, and there's nothing quite like nailing up a shoe you've made and putting it on the ground. And
You give me 18 and a half, 19, 20 inches of shoe with size 14 nails, and I will nail it up. I love it.
yeah.
And my Facebook, I upload everything on my Facebook.
Okay.
That's what I do. I get a lot of stick for my nailing.
Really?
A lot of people think because I nail too high.
They're easier to clinch at the coronary band, aren't they?
Yeah, the opinions with the stronger horses, because of the ground and the work that they do, they need a strong nail.
Right. Oh, yeah.
If you give me 4 inches of nail, I will nail 3.5 inches of that and clinch it strong. Yeah, I think the stronger nail on the stronger horses, it's a stronger horse from day one.
Right.
So why not give it a strong nail? That's just people's opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have different things like that, but when we study the foot within depth, we know where we can't and where we can do it. And if the horse walks away sound,
Yeah.
happy days.
Yeah.
So the shoes stay on 6 to 8 weeks as well.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
For the job its purposes doing, the horse is doing what it's doing, the welfare of the horse is there. I'm not going to be doing it to show off. I'm literally doing it because I know where I can now. I don't also do a period of 4 or 5 shifts.
Yeah. Now, in North America, what happens with the heavies typically is they're out in the field, ignored most of the year until it's showtime, and then they bring them in and their feet are just a mess. Right. And even the ones that you start to come into that are done on a regular basis, they went through a period like that first, so their feet are kind of a mess. Are you dealing with fairly, just when I think of a draft foot, I automatically picture the mashed up, terrible, distorted feet that we see.
I've got a very good stud that I shoot for, and I see their horses from 3 months up.
Oh, that would have been, yeah. That would have done these horses a lot of favors.
I introduce myself to them at 3 months, even if they don't need anything to do.
Right, yeah.
And they stay with their mum while we trim their mum, or if there's anything going on, especially in the show world. So 4 months ago, I did a mare, and she had a set of pebbles on, and the foal stood next to her while we shot them.
Okay.
And he was, 5 months old, and he didn't move a muscle. So you're also, with the youngsters, you're opening their mind to what's going to be happening in the future. So their mind is like a sponge. So it's not just being a farrier, it's being a horseman as well. So their mind's like a sponge. So you want to show them as much as you can at an early age. Mm-hmm. Because, like you say, if you bring that horse in from the field, he meets a farrier, he meets a chap.
Yeah, it's
everything. It just blows their mind, and that's what makes heavy shoeing hard.
Yes, right.
You work with the owner and the customer, and you teach them everything that you've learned through the experience of your farrier dog, then you're going to have a much easier horse to shoot.
Yeah.
Horses need to see the farrier 3 months.
Yep.
Especially in the show and the work world, you need to see where everything is in line as well, and where you need to make those improvements.
Yeah, because that's the best time to do it. Once they get to a certain age, there's no fixing all that crookedness. Yeah.
Then he's dealing with it, and then you've got to explain to the owner what's happened, And then if you need to go down the remedial, the damages caused from that building at an early age is now going to infect you all the way through the horse's life.
Right.
If you would like to hear this episode in its entirety, please subscribe using the link in the show notes. Thank you for listening.